The Cultural Revolution. The Cultural Revolution was an important time during the history of China. Mao Zedong is the leader who issued in the Cultural Revolution, the 100 Flower Campaign. The 100 Flower Campaign called for the intellects of the society to come out and share their displeasure with the government. In turn, Mao labeled those who spoke up as rioters and declared them enemies of the state. This issue touched many families in China during this time, including Lang's own when his mother Yan was labeled a riotess. His family was damaged and eventually led to his father divorcing her. The moving from the 100 Flower Campaign to the anti-rioters campaign was accomplished so quickly because of strong propaganda and the quieting of all opposing enemies. One of the most important groups in making this happen was the Red Guard. The Red Guards were a radical group of anti-revolutionary students, including Lang's own sister, that gained popularity when Mao publicly accepted them. He shut down schools, encouraged the youth to participate in pro-party events and actions, changed the name of historical places and landmarks to fit into the narrative he wanted to portray, and allowed the Red Guard greater freedom to express their commitment to the party, doing things like raids and long marches to some of the communist landmarks were some of the ways they proved their faith. The overall effect of the propaganda was so intense that even suffering people were hesitant to question the government. Lang's own father saw the failure of his marriage, suffering unjust consequences from the government, and being forced to leave his home in Changsha to go to a re-education camp, and not once did he blame Mao himself. Eventually, the Red Guard began fighting amongst themselves to prove their faith to Mao. During this time, the economy of China had fallen drastically and famine had taken a hold of the country. The elite status that urban intellects held that upset Mao so much that he issued a mass exodus from the cities because he thought they were spoiled and forced them to flee to communes in the countryside where they had to share everything from food and clothing. This struggle of class plays a major role in everything Mao does, as he tries to even the playing field so that it's fair for everyone. He made it so to think in China was a crime against the party. To speak was a crime against the party. To have individual thought was a crime against the party. Mao had turned China into a real-life 1984. The revolution Mao wanted to bring to China in many ways. He wanted to rebalance the social structure, rid individualism, and reformate how the average citizen weighs national pride and family duties by blending the line between the two. The result was a China where people questioned their government even more, beginning with the 100 Flower Campaign and ending with Mao's death. The only lesson that was taught was, if the government asks for your opinion, do not voice criticism, as it may be held against you. Instead of 1,000 schools of thought blooming, millions of dead, imprisoned, and humiliated citizens had to live as an outcast in a place they once loved and called home. In closing, Mao showed us the power of propaganda and how appealing to the youth can have great effects on any movement.